Alrighty, a replay today from Salinator on the Vampire Counts and Gotrek Starbreaker on his Dwarves. This is similar to his normal VC killing dwarf build. Normally he has Thoric Ironbrow, but it looks like he was having a bit of fun bringing Thorgrim Grudgebearer, which we appreciate. And Gotrek's always had a pretty interesting dwarven build versus the Vampire Counts. He really likes the weapons teams, he really likes to space them out, so we have 5 Iron Drake Trollhammer Torpedoes, 5 Thunderers, all displayed in a beautiful geometric pattern. Then we have Slayers, Thorgrim Grolbart. I believe it's Thorgrim Grudgebearer in a different language. And then we have a front line of Miners without blasting charges because he already has a ton of ranged units. On the other side for Salinator, a very good Vampire Counts player, represented them in the Faction War. We have the Blood Dragon, Vampire Lord with Invocation Hack and Raised Dead. Some Direwolves, some Vargheists, Graveguard, front line of zombies, more Vargheists and Direwolves in the distance, more Graveguard, and a Necromancer. With just his Corpse Cart, Unholy Lodestone, the Vigor Mortis, and then his Stroking Rod. Gonna fast forward a little bit as we do some setup. Beautiful breath attack there from the Dragon Lord. Thunderers get almost one shot by it, and now dogs are gonna dive in onto the Iron Drakes. Trying to disrupt them as well. Now, usually Thoric Ironbrow is better in this type of build because the Dragon's Breath Attack counts as a spell for some dumb reason, so Thoric also makes them miscast whenever they want to use a Breath Attack, or Invocation to Heck, or Zombie Summon. So if they ever try to summon, or heal, or Breath Attack, they just take free damage and it's brutal. But here comes the beauty of the build. Half health, more than half health off those Vargheists on their first approach at all of these weapons teams. And they end up just having to try and commit because they know they're already doomed. And that will seal their fate. So one Vargheist already down. Direwolves diving back in onto these Iron Drakes. The Trollhammer Torpedoes have 125 armor, which will be trying to keep them alive. But trying is a pretty key word there as the other dwarves fire in onto the Direwolves and get rid of them. Another breath attack from the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. Yeets another Thunderer, and the Vargheists are here now, though there are Slayers and Thunderers to counter this area. And once again, just look at the damage onto those Vargheists! They died as soon as they hit the ground. That is a second Vargheist down and out. And a third! Also just massacred! Oh, it's horrible. It is horrible. But the Miner front line has fallen apart for most intents purposes. It's holding up against zombies. We have Graveguard and zombies starting to penetrate the back line, stop those Thunderers from shooting for a little bit. Thunderers and Iron Drake Trollhammer Torpedoes trying to shoot at the Blood Dragon Lord at point blank range. Trollhammers aren't firing for some reason, and now they're in melee with the Graveguard. But the Blood Dragon still took a nasty beating on his way out. Hell, it's not even over as the Thunderers track him all the way into the sky. Even while Invocation Hack is healing him up, he's still below half HP. The Graveguard are going to be a problem. They are disrupting a lot of the backline as the Dwarves try and fire their way out. Dealing a little bit less damage to the Graveguard than they did to the Vargheist. Another nasty breath attack. That is his third, so no more breath attacks for the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, but that is a third Thunderer hit and possibly destroyed by that. Direwolves are starting to rout away. Thunderers have rallied in the distance, though they're attacked by Direwolves that aren't crumbling, so those guys will be fine. This could get tricky a little bit for the Vampire Counts. If they get down to just infantry, then they don't have a whole lot that can chase and finish off units like those Direwolves can. Thorgrim finds his way onto the Necromancer, somehow manages to miss his first swing with 60 melee attack versus 33 melee defense, but now he starts getting some good hits in. Some Thunderers are shattering. Some other units in the middle are shattering. Looks like more Thunderers as the Direwolves peter out until only one remains. Zombie Summon. Yeah, Zombie Summon's going to try and chase off the Trollhammer Torpedoes in the distance while we have Thunderers rallying in the trees, and Thorgrim continues to chase the Necromancer. Wants to get rid of his passive area of effect. Perfect Vigor, increased stats, and regen for all these units. He wants to get rid of those. Trollhammer Torpedoes trying to hide in some Miners at the moment. Find their way out so they can start shooting again. The Blood Dragon Lord is back. 3/4 HP after all the healing he's given himself. And a Helm of Discord lowering all the dwarves' melee stats, but with only miners here for melee, it's not a lot of melee stats to lower, my friend. That one dog is the hardest working dog in the universe, and our Slayer friends are quite far away from home, really trying to chase down the dogs, but they should probably set up a defensive post next to something that's going to rally. Thorgrim himself is chasing down the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord with some Trollhammer Torpedo friends. Just trying to get some good pokes out there. Thorgrim is a decent melee combatant if you can get him into what he needs to be doing. The main problem is he doesn't usually get to pick what he gets to fight. Miner's still fighting back against all these zombies and Graveguard. 2 Graveguard are at about half HP, another's at about half HP, and I don't see a 4th one. Bounce power is in the favor of the vampire counts, and I do agree it is looking a little spooky for our friends here. Thorgrim, though, does have High King and the Great Book of Grudges. So he's giving these miners actually really good stats. I mean, for a miner, but 36 melee attack with armor piercing is nothing to really scoff at. All right, Thorgrim, I see you. I see you making these miners real combatants. Slayer's poking down the direwolves, just trying to get them into that crumbling. If they can get them crumbling, that would be huge. But it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Iron Drakes are trying to return to the formation, but they will get hunted down by a giant zombie dragon. And that zombie has been alive forever. They have to be fading away soon. As Thorgrim and the miners continue to beat up on the Necromancer and such, Necromancer's down to his heal cap and almost half HP, but these Trollhammer Torpedoes are obstructed. The downside of being short, I'm afraid. But they are free and clear to fire, which is pretty huge for them. Necromancer gets away from Thorgrim, but that might actually open them up for a Trollhammer. And don't know, but that Blood Dragon Lord's going to have to be careful. Zombies finally faded away, allowing these Iron Drakes to come back. Slayers are returning to the fold. We have Zombie Summon and a crumbling Direwolf chasing a random Thunderer. So Dwarves might have a late game in this for them. Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, Overcast Invocation heck on this area as the Trollhammers finally get to shoot the Necromancer and do considerable damage at the start. Other Trollhammers are back, and they're also firing at the Necromancer, though they are not shooting at the Blood Dragon Lord that is going to dive on them and take them out. Immediately crushes those guys. Miners are mass routing away. Thorgrim can't keep them in the fight if he wanted to, as these Trollhammers continue to try and punish that Necromancer. Zombie Summon continues to chase the Thunderers, maybe off the map if they can last long enough. And more Iron Drakes are back, still shooting at that Necromancer. They really don't like him. What happened to my camera? All right, we're back. We're back. Blood Dragon Lord considering to dive down on the Iron Drakes. Goes instead for Thorgrim himself. Helm of Discord is popped, lowering his stats and that of his Slayers. Thorgrim, do you have your Great Book of Grudges? No, you just have your melee buffs. Okay. Trollhammer's gonna rout off any second now. Other Trollhammers have already routed. Thunderers are back, even while being chased by zombies. Don't know if it's gonna matter. Thorgrim is surrounded by a lot of Graveguard. That is 4 Graveguard in this area, all still healing up from the Necromancer. Thorgrim's trying to fight it out. Next to his Slayers, Blood Dragon Vampire Lord heal cap is in sight. The zombies have faded, allowing those Thunderers to try and rejoin the formation. 17 Slayers fighting alongside their High King with 50 melee attack, not including their bonus versus large. Thorgrim's trying to get his grudges against the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord settled, though, while he still can. Ignoring the Necromancer for now. Big Overcast Invocation of the heck onto everybody here, especially all those Graveguard, is going to be a problem for the poor little Slayers. But Thorgrim is beating his ass. Blood Dragon Vampire Lord now heal capped at about half HP. And he's charging to get away from the Grudge Bearer. Have some miners rallying on the far-flung reaches of the earth. Those are natural zombies. They are crumbling, but they're still natural. And Thorgrim is still chasing out the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. Thorgrim's above half HP, while the Blood Dragon is below it, but he gets a nasty shot onto Thorgrim. And he terror outs? Thorgrim, Grudge Bearer, is not immune to psychology. Okay, whatever. This game sucks. GG. Blood Dragon Vampire Lord did great. All 3 Vargeist were absolutely massacred. Graveguard did quite well. Direwolves did pretty well overall. And zombies did what zombies do. For Gotrek, Thorgrim did alright for being kind of a silly pick. He did alright. Iron Drakes, Trollhammer Torpedoes did fine. Thunderers overall did fine. Slayers did great. And miners did pretty well considering they're miners, right? What did they? That one paid for itself twice over, and the others all paid for themselves except for this guy. So, yeah, cool. Roar!
Subscribe, yes, yes.